When you ask the typical fighting game player about a specific fighting game character archetype, they will have a clear-cut, simple idea about what the archetype is supposed to look and act like. A rushdown character has to be speedy and have great frame data and mix-ups, but can't do too much damage. A zoner has to be able to control area from a long range, but struggle at close range combat. A glass cannon must hit like a truck but also die after the smallest of mistakes. A all-rounder must be able to play at every level and be beginner friendly, but can't be the best at something at the same time. But what if I ask you what you would expect from a grappler? Most would probably say the old school mindset to a grappler: big and roll, multiple grabs and command grabs, huge damage output, slow movement, bad frame data, and terrible against zoning. Here you will have characters like Zangief from Street Fighter, Beowulf from Skullgirls, and Sea Broly from Dragon.
My power is maximum!
Freestyle for him and Chameleon go body lock here. Uh-oh, that's gonna be four. He might finish it off here right away.
None of the things mentioned before was wrong, but at the same time none of it is correct either. You see, as fighting games develop more, quirks and uniqueness has been added to try to make them differ to themselves. One of my main characters in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle is a character named Mika, who originates from Unist. While she is a jolly small girl who for some reason can wield giant gloves, she will still be a grappler. This is because of her limited movement options and needing a special move or something to get around tools, her combos and damage headers involving grabs, and other generic purposes like that. At the same time, not every big boy needs to be a grappler. Big Bang from Skullgirls is without a doubt the largest character in the entire game. Struggles with zoning, but is still not a grappler as his win conditions and rewards does not focus on his grabs. You can also just say command grab equals grappler, cause a lot of fighting game characters has command grab, input grab, or hit grab installed in the moveset for the simple reason of it fits them and looks cool.
That's ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Maybe your firebending comes from rage, and you just don't have enough anger to fuel it the way you used to.
So, all we need to do is make Zuko angry. Easy enough. Okay, cut it out! Look, even if you're right, I don't want to rely on hate and anger anymore. There has to be another way.
Normally the reward for these huge beasts is to deal massive damage to the other player, but this is where it gets weird for games like Smash Bros. While most fighters have HP, bars or stock tanks, platform fighters use percentages to calculate damage. This means while you can clearly see here that Mario has taken way more damage compared to Little Mac, it does not mean that Little Mac is further away from losing. So what do you do instead? Well, you could boost the knockback of throws and command grabs. Incineroar has this down special called Revenge. When that is used, he will start a counter which when successfully landed will boost his next attack, meaning also all of his grabs moves. Now while this does help a bit, it still does not deal with the issue of the fact that just being 80 to 0% does not mean anything except you have a chance of killing now if you do it again. You're not enforcing anything and not really in a lead since everyone is still at the same amount of stocks. His 80% is as dangerous as your 0, 10 or 20% if the right objectives are met. Rivals of FIFA tried a different approach. Now while not truly a grappler, Effortless is one of the only characters in the game with a grab, as grabs actually aren't a thing in that game. They went into the grappler mindset with the basics as well: make him big, make him heavy, make sure he kills early, give him some weird unique movement option or armor so he can at least try to break through people's defense, and most importantly, let him grab. This is his up air. Now, an aerial grab move designed to simply ruin momentum and cause early kills if you can get close enough is more alike to a traditional grappler, but with the environment of platform fighter in mind. Of course, it would be nice if he had more grabs, but it will break the concept that Valve had already built, and that's very understandable.
sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl.
One thing platform fighters have an advantage in is the way you can express yourself. Not to say you can't do that in other games, but a lot of other fighters, as soon as you get hit, you have to sit down and watch, and for the player advantage it's a lot of not dropping the thing you practiced for hours, rather than worrying about how they would get out. With so much free jump, there should be no problem to make a grappler that also took more trade from other form of grapplers from other games. Stuff like hit grabs, input grabs, aerial grabs, grabs that have a gimmick inside the grabs, and simply more command grabs should be there, and there's a bunch of ways that should be implemented in a platform fighter. I would like to showcase my idea for a grappler that could be more functional and in touch with what it means to be a real grappler. I will use as a base, as he is the closest we had to one, and where I think Sakurai tried to make the character archetype really work for this one time. First, I would like to say that all the special moves will still be the same special moves. I think these are the areas where Incineroar is a clear-cut grappler. The only thing I will do is to his up special. It's not anything with the power of it or how far it goes. I would simply like to add a command grab hitbox to the initial start of the hitbox. Think of the way Falcon and Ganondorf can command grab with their up B. I would like Incineroar to be able to do the same thing. It will be a good way to deal with platform cameras, make more kill setups, and make for a grab that is actually dangerous in a platform fighter setting. Of course, it will only be at the beginning of it. There should not be a hitbox or a grab hitbox going on when he's about to descend. Next, I would like to change his forward throw. Don't worry, it's not that the move itself is gone. I will use his original forward throw for something else later. I would like his forward throw to be something unique and special just for him, but also make sure it fits the style of a party game and competitive game. So I'll turn his F throw into a mini game of a sort. Instead of being a throw focused on killing, it will now always have the same set knockback. It's not something you can combo out of, and it probably would never kill you unless you were going on a ride with the town and city platform. To make up for this, its damage potential you will get is gonna be crazy. If any of you have played Dragon Ball FighterZ or seen the Dragon Ball Super movie with Broly in it, you will have seen this scene where Broly throws Goku around like a ragdoll. It's actually quite simple for giants to do this, it seems. The premise is that it will turn into a contest of tug of war, the giant ragdoll slamming you, and the more he messes A, the more slams he will do, dealing more damage. The other player will have to try to mash out of his grab, just like an average grab. Think of it like trying to mash out of a Kokoro, but instead of risking ding dong and stage spikes, you now went from 40 to 85. But what about the old forward throw? I said it would stay, right? Well, it will be part of his new gentleman hit grab. Incineroar will do his gentleman jabs as always, but at the last hit you can press a fourth jab, which will make his hand reach out for the player before they fly away, then perform his old forward throw, which still kills by the way. This is balanced out in two ways. One, it's a hit grab, so you can actually block it. Two, you will need to get hit by a gentleman jab, by Incineroar, the slowest character in the entire game. At that point, if you die the ledge, I think it's only fair. After that, I think we're good to go. You could make some crazy stuff like let his new to be reflect projectiles like Rob side B, or give him aerial grabs, but I think the few changes here is a good beginning for a real grappler in the Smash Bros series. But what do you think? Do you think the archetype is solidified in the roster already? Would you design a grappler differently? Or is it just flat out not possible to make it work in a game like Smash without making Smash 4 Donkey Kong again? Tell me your ideas in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this here on my YouTube. I make all the small stuff on my Twitter and stream on my Twitch here and there. Or you can support me by simply following me on all these platforms. That's all, remember to enjoy yourselves.